This is a Dragon Blazer production.
Coming soon to a podcast near you.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
The Earth sucks.
Wait a minute.
I think the floor is not working. Look at that number up there on the billboard.
There's a 2, and then some kind of circle.
No, dumbass, not that number. That one. 69. This show sucks. It's like just these fat people standing there.
I am Cornholio! I need TV for my bungle!
Who are you, fart knockers?
Amusing, yes.
Humorous, yes.
Satirical comment on the time.
Yes, amusing.
Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, a new movie streaming June 23rd, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Beavis, this changes everything.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coming Soon to a podcast near you. We watched Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, and I'm your host, Stevie Blaze, and this is my co-host, Snow.
Boy, hello, everybody.
So we just got done watching Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. I was transported back to 1998 when I was watching Beavis and Butthead and loving Beavis and Butthead, and I really enjoyed this movie. What did you think, Snow?
I thought very highly of it. I did not know that there have not been anything surrounding this whole I don't know what to call it, show in like 24 years.
Oh no, there actually was a reboot couple years ago. It's probably been almost 10 years now, but there was a reboot, I believe in 2012, if I was to make a guess.
That was actually a long time ago, so yeah.
Yep, sure was.
It was a long time for me, since I was kind of half my life ago.
Yes. We don't have to really go into that. But they did make a show in few years ago. I really enjoyed the reboot, and I was hoping for more seasons, but it ended up not taking off. I thought it was really funny, really enjoyed it. It was probably better than the original because it was a little bit smarter humor while also being really freaking dumb, kind of like this movie. Really dumb. It was so stupid, and I say that in the best way possible. I laughed so hard. A lot of times when you're watching a movie and comedy, you're like, you chuckle to yourself. I laughed during this movie. This movie made me LOL out loud. So yeah, I have a lot of good things to say about it. Really enjoyed it.
I personally definitely had I don't want to say expectations. I don't have expectations for me, because if I have expectations in the word of someone kind of smart, if you have expectations for things, you're gonna get disappointed. Stuff happens. But I know that I liked Beavis and Butthead for what little I know about it, and for what little I know about it, I think I got every bit of fan service that I was probably looking for, including the Great Cornholio, which
My
even which
favorite.
I remember knowing stuff about that before I even knew about Beavis and Butthead, because I have siblings who watch it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was fun. So we're gonna
But
do a quick like rundown of the movie real quick. I've got some notes. It's not like this is a very deep story, okay? Like
it's very deep.
like almost every Beavis and Butthead movie show, it's essentially Beavis and Butthead are trying to score. And just so we're clear, because apparently no one in this movie was,
The
they're trying
Alabama is losing 17-10. So
right. They are trying to get laid, trying to have sex. They're trying to do it. However you want to say it, bang, boom, shang, shang, Kong. They
Kong?
they wanted to have sex. That is what this movie's about. Them trying to get laid. That's it. It's simple premise and crap happens. So
I'm in the mood for some potato chips.
the movie starts up. The movie starts up with the boys going to space camp, and because adults are stupid, they become astronauts. Also because adults are stupid, because they think that they are doing a great job with the machines, and literally all they're trying to do is they think the giant robot is a penis going into a vagina. That's how they become astronauts. This girl Serena tries to murder Beavis and Butthead because she finally realizes, damn, they're stupid. They are so stupid.
I don't think she ever thought they were stupid until the end of the movie. She just realizes, well, she always thinks that, like,
No.
I remember like she gave them both like this keepsake, and they like put their fingers in through it and lose it in space. So I think she thinks this is some sort of like insult or attack on her personality. She just commits murder. That's no fun. Like,
well, technically they don't get killed, so she didn't commit murder. Attempted murder is what she tried to do.
yeah.
And
Instead she blasted them somehow like thousands of light years into space. So
well, in fairness, they just destroyed everything and possibly killed them all because they tried looking at the telescope in the sun,
yeah.
which was hilarious, and they couldn't see, so they couldn't, ram into the space vagina.
I mean, she did say it herself. This is kind of on her because she thinks that because some kids mimicked sex and masturbation, that they're geniuses. They used a robot to perform some interesting acts.
Yes, and then they used the robot arm to help with it. Why has nobody ever thought of this? What? Here we're gonna say Smart Beavis and Smart Butthead are freaking fantastic. I loved every time they were on screen. Just they were great. Humorous, yes, humorous. I see the
very humorous, yes.
Very humorous, yes. The boys accidentally steal a smartphone and then get to eat a bunch of nachos because they found out that you can use your smartphone to buy things.
It kind of the whole thing with the smartphone kind of reminds me of this one, I think, Hanna-Barbera show, with like these cavemen going into the future somehow.
Yeah.
Like, and they just don't know technology, which it's 60s technology and 70s technology, but it's definitely not like something 10,000 something BC technology. So,
Well, after they use the smartphone to spend a lot of money, Beavis has a heart-to-heart with Siri, who he thinks is Serena, and falls in love with her.
Yes.
I love
Very
this.
humorous.
I love this because she would listen to him.
Yeah. Or I kind of remember like you trying to talk to Siri like, do you love me? And Siri just completely roasting you.
Yeah, that was a joke. Beavis actually thinks Siri's in love with her.
Oh yeah, it's because he's jumped from 98 to 2022.
Oh, that was another
know.
great scene. They they look at a billboard that tells them that they're in 2022. Beavis is trying to read the 20 circle 2, and Butthead's like, "Oh, look up."
No, it's the 69.
The 69th, the 69th celebration. So they still don't know they're in 2022 because they're freaking dumb. This was one of my favorite parts. The boys learn about white privilege.
Oh yeah, that right there is probably my favorite part right there.
And they're going around.
Step aside,
Like,
we have white privilege.
We have white privilege. We have white privilege. Give us this, give us that. Then
We don't have to worry about the police. Our dads are powerful.
Yeah,
Even though mine died from
my dad.
syphilis.
And then they go to jail because they crash a police car and then try to tell the police officer, we got white privilege. It's okay. Oh, that was so good. And then, of course, the scene we were waiting for, because it has to be in every movie they do. They've only done 2 movies. We may eventually have to review the first movie, Beavis and Butthead Do America. It's also pretty funny. The Great Cornholio returns, and he gives prisoners hope for their bungholes.
Yeah, they're disrespecting us. You will not disrespect my bunghole.
I am the Great Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. TP. Now, in the original,
What kind of
Wait.
just
I should do this properly.
sorry. What I kind of
I'm the Great Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole.
what kind of caught my eye even what caught my eye even more though was the fact that Beavis was just shoving pills into his mouth.
Oh,
Like, no, that doesn't go in your mouth.
So in the original cartoon, Beavis would go into great. Do you know how Beavis normally goes into Great Cornholio mode?
I do not.
So in the original cartoon, it was caffeine. He drank that somebody gives him coffee, and he drinks a bunch of coffee, and that's what makes him go. Ah! He gets like insane on coffee. I love that this time it's just drugs. He does drugs, a bunch of drugs.
He just shoves it in his mouth like a bunch of pills at a time. I'm pretty sure he even like dropping a few on the ground.
Oh yeah, he does. That's how he eats.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, all those nachos. Oh my goodness. That apartment building was absolutely nasty.
So
And the fact that it looks like ectoplasm to like the authorities is like
I know they had butt on this on the wall, and the one guy's like, they wanted us to see this.
They would want you to see that.
This is classic Beavis and Butthead, where they do something so freaking stupid and everyone around them just thinks that they're super smart. And no, they're just
kind of reminds
really
me of that
freaking
SNL
dumb.
skit. Kind of reminds me of that SNL skit with what's his name?
one?
Chad.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. Yeah, it's Chad. It's Pete Davidson, and he just says, okay.
Okay.
It is. Chad is a lot like Beavis and Butthead.
Just
Not as
everybody
talkative.
thinks he's like way smarter than he really is.
I just realized that. I think that literally was it was him making fun of Beavis and Butthead in a way. That it is perfect. Good job. Good call. this is a very sad moment of the movie. The boys break up after Butthead makes fun of Beavis for falling in love with Siri.
Yep, that's the drama of the movie. We always
The
gotta
drama,
have that
the
little bit of
drama. Because Butthead makes fun of Beavis.
But we all know what brings them back together. I mean, I guess like them starting to miss each other a little bit, especially with Butthead like looking at these ladybugs having sex in a window of
He's like,
this,
hey, Beavis.
of this lady.
Aw.
These two are just dancing. Like
No, no, no.
it's super wholesome.
The man is like is proposing to his wife or his girlfriend, and then you zoom away from that and you see he just sees two ladybugs banging.
Like it's just sad. It's just sad though. That's the sad part though. Like he sees this sexual act and he tries to say it to Beavis, but he's not there.
I know, it's super sad. They both get kidnapped, one by the feds and one by Serena.
Long hard.
And then they
she said ate ass.
then they annoy him so much. They annoy him so much because he thinks she says eat ass. Was it eat ass or
ate ass?
Ate ass. And they're like, can we just put them in another room? And then Serena's sorry sap Hartson lets the boys go. Dumbass.
I mean, it kind of goes with the theme, like people thinking that they're smarter than they really are, and they just completely misunderstand, as they tend to do, like with the whole, white privilege thing.
Yes.
They think that he's trying to keep them from having sex with Serena or scoring with Serena, and they just come back. Although they go back to the car to, I don't know, get a key or something. I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, they go to the car because they were trying to get their
Handcuffs back on.
Handcuffs back on, and they're like, wait, that dumbass said that there was a key in the car. they didn't realize it was a key for the car. They're stupid. Then the boys try to save Serena from letting Hartson score with her again, while they're trying to kill and dissect them. And then there's this great chase scene where Butthead's trying to drive and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, hey, I think R means really fast. So he puts it in reverse. And the feds are like, I only know of 5 people who can drive this good. Oh, it's great.
I would like to know those 5 people though. So it's like,
right,
who are so good that they put it into reverse, thinking it goes really fast.
Right. Serena finally just listens and realizes, oh my gosh,
they're just horny teenagers.
They're just stupid, horny teenagers that want to have sex with me. That's the final realization. She finally realizes, no, they just want to have sex.
Also, can I be the weirdo who hasn't watched Beavis and Butthead enough to know this and say, I thought these kids were like 16 or 17.
They're supposed to be.
I did not know they were like 15 years old.
Yeah, they're like 14 or 15. And finally, it's so close. They are about to score because she's like, what do I got to do to get you guys to stay quiet? And they're like, we want to score together. And she's about to do it. And then smart Beavis walks in and declares his love because Beavis is trying to tell her that he loves her and he can't get the word out. And smart Beavis takes her away.
Wait, that kind of reminds me like of the realization like prior to this, long prior, but like Beavis's realization, oh crap, whenever I think about her, I feel good, but there's no boner.
And then we get this great scene of them being awarded, and I'm pretty sure this is an homage to Star Wars. At the end of Star Wars, when they get medals, with a bunch of different versions of Beavis and Butthead in the universe, because this smart Beavis is the first Beavis to ever score in any universe. And Butthead gets an award for watching by hiding in the briefcase. And that is the movie. That is the movie. A Beavis Scores is the finale.
I mean, you can't really expect anything less. The movie is literally called "Do the Universe," although I don't think she is the universe. She kind of spends half her life trying to kill a couple of horny teenagers.
Now I will
Just imagine though,
24 years to try to have kill these two horny teenagers.
Just like imagine that though, like spending about half your life trying to kill someone who just wants to have sex with you, and they're like 14 or 15 years old.
Right. No,
I mean, that actually makes it worse, because that I guess that keeps them from shutting up. But it's weird. It's weird to. I don't know if I could do that even for a career. Just like get someone to shut up by having sex with them, and they're like 14 or 15. That's messed up. Although I guess like if it keeps people from knowing that you just tried to commit murder against a couple of teenagers.
I mean, it kind of, she could go to jail for a long time for both, but one keeps them shut up. So, I mean, gotta do some illegals to stop the illegal.
But even like federal though, like, it's disgusting.
Yeah, no, it's a stupid movie, and I loved it.
I know.
I loved every minute of it. But we're gonna take a quick break. And we will be right back.
Sure.
All right, so we just did a little quick recap of the episode or the movie we just watched. I want to ask you, what do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score is for? We're going to do critics and audience. So take a guess what you think the critics score is going to be.
Remind me, is it like a scale from like 0 to 10?
100%. It's a 1 to 100%.
Do Rotten Tomato scores like go that quick? This movie's only been out for like 4 or 5 days.
It goes pretty quick. A lot of, especially the critics one, they normally get screeners early. So I think it's there. I haven't looked it up because I'm going to make my guess as well.
All right.
So let's go critics first.
All right. I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess 81%.
See, I was thinking critics about 76%.
76%. So we're about five off. Let's see.
And how about you? Or for the audience? You know the difference, right, between critics and audience score?
I'm assuming one's for the critics and the other is for the ones who are not critics.
Yeah, critics are like essentially if someone makes an official
professional
review,
judges, right?
A professional review that gets put on. Audience score is like anybody can go on there, anybody can review it. We could go on there and review it, and it's an average of everybody's scores.
Let's try 70.
See, I disagree. I think that the audience score is going to be slightly higher than the critic score. I think that the audience score is going to be about an 83.
All right.
All right, let's check this here real quick. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, Rotten Tomatoes. Holy crap, we are off. Audience score is the audience score is 89%.
So you were closer than I was.
Critics score, critics out of 35 reviews, it's a 97%.
Wow.
The critics loved this movie.
I mean, it's It's exactly what you're asking for. Like you're asking for a movie about a bunch of dumb, horny kids wanting to have sex, and you got a bunch of dumb, horny kids who want to have sex in space. Actually, no, wanting to have sex in space, and then consequences happen and dumb crap happens. That's what you're asking for. That's what you're getting. I understand, and I probably should have gotten higher.
We're gonna take
Not sure.
we're gonna read the review from the top reviewer, top critic. Here we are. I'm gonna do a quick one. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe sees Mike Judge's horny MTV duo make their triumphant return. Oh, I wanted us shorter. 1 second. So here's what it shows on here. Those with a fondness for the mindless pair, however, will take to their newest outing, in which the replacement of a television with a bookshelf is a calamity of epic proportions. So yeah,
that was probably the biggest tragedy, wasn't it?
yeah. The film's best moments arrives through Judge grappling with his signature human in a modern world. That's from RogerEbert.com, Robert Daniels. Let's read. There's only one rotten score with the critics. Let's read it. From Chris Wagner, San Francisco Chronicle. He says that he does not love anything. How dare him? No, I mean, he says a movie that loses sight of the line between lampooning stupidity and being stupid. So he was not a fan. So
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
So the top people in this, I don't know a lot of these people. Mike Judge, of course, is the voice of Beavis and Butthead. Mike Judge is the person who creates Beavis and Butthead. He's always done the voice. Gary Cole is a voice. He is the voice of, give me one moment. Let me go to a different place that tells me more. Gary Cole, I don't know if you'll know who Gary Cole is. The biggest thing I know Gary Cole from is he is in the Brady Bunch movies as as the dad Brady. I don't know if you've ever seen the dad Brady, but he is that guy. He plays Madison, which I think is one of the Feds guys. I'm not positive. Only other person I really know here, Chi McBride plays Metcalf and the judge. And you should recognize Chi McBride from Pushing Daisies. He plays the detective that Ned works for. You know who I'm talking about?
I haven't watched Pushing Daisies in a long time, so. Is he the big black guy?
He's the big black guy. Yeah, I was trying to go by his. Yeah, he's the big black
guy.
He's awesome.
I know. I don't like describing people like that, but that's the only thing that I could probably remember him. Like,
I thought detective would be enough, because he is.
I haven't watched the show in a long time.
He's the private investigator, but sure. David Herman is in this, but he's known for like a lot of. He's on Futurama as Scruffy. He was on Idiocracy. He's been in a few things. Phil Lamar is in here as a flight specialist and the police officer. Phil Lamar does also, he's Hermes in Futurama. He was on Mad TV. He's done a lot of voiceover work.
Isn't Hermes like that lobster thing?
Stephen Root is the jail tattoo artist. Lobster thing. I don't think so. I don't remember who Hermes is.
Futurama.
It's been a while since I've seen it. And Andrea Savage plays Serena. Sorry, Serena. She plays Serena Ryan. She is in some stuff, but I'm not very familiar with her. She's in Veep, Step Brothers as Denise. Just a few things. It looks like she does a lot of different projects. She was on an episode of the Goldbergs, 2 episodes of A Million Little Things. Huh?
Who is he in the Goldbergs?
Her name's Dean Martin. She's only in one episode.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I've never heard of Andrea Savage, but she plays Serena. So those are some of the people that are in this movie.
I don't know what this whole Step Brothers show is all about, but I don't know if I want to.
Step Brothers is hilarious. It's a good movie. Not a show. It's a movie. It's a funny movie. Stars Will Ferrell. It's just funny. We might have to watch it on this podcast. It's good stuff. So let me ask you this. What was your favorite scene from this movie?
Step aside. We have white privilege.
So the whole white privilege scene.
Our fathers are powerful. Yes.
All right. We'll
Our fathers are powerful. They can get you fired.
It was pretty great. Yeah, we'll definitely have to. That was a hilarious scene. I loved it.
Yes, humorous.
I loved. Yes, humorous. Yes, very humorous. I loved Beavis, like her saying, like, I'm sure your fathers are real rich and powerful. And he's like, you know, my dad. Yeah, that was good. My favorite scene of the movie was literally anytime the smart Beavis and Butthead came on scene. So specifically, I would go with loved smart Beavis, smart Butthead. They were hilarious. Them just slightly smarter, but still really freaking stupid.
It's like adding to a negative number. Like, I don't know. If it was a -10, like adding 5 to it, you still got a negative number.
Exactly.
It's just less of a negative number than it was before.
Now, let's say with the exception of Beavis and Butthead. Well, let me ask you this. Who's your favorite? Beavis or Butthead? Which one did you like more?
Don't ask me that. Why are you asking me to pick favorites among duo protagonists here?
I mean,
I'm gonna have to say Beavis.
Yeah, Beavis is my favorite too. I love Beavis.
At least in this movie, I usually like the whole the weird demeanor of Butthead and all the other like stuff I've seen him in, like just as weird, just as dumb.
Yeah,
his dumb face though. It's his face. There's something about his face.
Let's do this. Let's give me your impressions for Beavis and Butthead. Let's do this. We're on a Beavis and Butthead show. Let's do it.
Sex.
And Butthead?
Drugs.
Let me try this here. Damn it, Beavis! Damn it, Beavis! Don't make me kick your ass. No, Butthead. No. I am the gay cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. So that's my impression of Beavis and Butthead.
You mixed some Joker in there. I know.
No, that wasn't Joker. That was Beavis. He has a weird laugh.
Yes.
It's like a nasally laugh. I love Beavis and Butthead. I've worked hard on that impression. Gosh darn it.
Yes.
Fair. What
Very
was
humorous, yes.
yes, humorous, very humorous. Mhm. Uh, what was your favorite character that wasn't Beavis and Butthead? Did you have a favorite character in the movie that you liked?
Favorite character in the movie? Probably Smart Beavis.
I don't think that should count because they're still Beavis and Butthead.
They are
Otherwise,
they are different characters.
no, is that right? Is that
Completely.
what we're going? So you can't
Yes,
choose
they're-
anyone that's not a Beavis or a Butthead.
No, because Beavis and Butthead are the protagonists. Smart Beavis and Smart Butthead are two completely different people. They're smart.
Fair enough. Then I mean, if that's how we're going, it's Smart Beavis as well. That seems like a cop out though.
I know. Okay. What about Siri?
Siri, the
Not Serena. Siri.
Siri. Okay,
Yes.
that's fair. I'll give you that. Um. Yeah, this is a hard one to pick. I kind of want to say the cop who thinks that they're like touched by an angel, that they're just giving a message and lets them go. He was pretty funny. Yeah, I really, and here I normally am going to ask, is there a character you don't like? But there was not a character on this movie that I didn't really like. Even the ones I didn't like because you're supposed to not like them, I still liked the character. Like Hartman, I think it was his name. Serena's not his assistant, her lieutenant. He was even fun. I liked him as I mean, he's not really a bad guy.
What about the porta pot though? Porta pot tried to ruin everything.
You didn't like the porter pot?
Yeah, porta pot stinks.
If that's fair. That's fair. It does stink. Um,
If it weren't for that pile of garbage, then Siri would have not gotten dunked in a bunch of piles of feces.
feces.
Porta pots are disgusting, man. I've never liked them.
Fair enough. So overall, scale of 1 to 5.
5.
What? Well, here's the thing.
On a scale of 1 to 5.
I plan on putting a poll on our show when I release this podcast that people can go on Spotify and they can rate Beavis and Butthead how they want to rate it. The thing is, the poll only goes to 7. So instead of doing 1 to 10, which is what I normally would prefer to do, I figured we could do our rating the same way that anybody who listens to this and does the poll can do. So 1 to 5.
Why not 1 to 7? Because that's what they get.
Well, I was only going to do 5, and because 1 to 7 just seems weird. I mean, I guess we can do 1 to 10 and screw them, but it's whatever. You can do it whichever. You want to do 1 to 10?
Yeah, let's do 1 to 10. Screw them. Screw them.
Screw them. Screw the audience. That's right.
Yes.
That's how we feel. So yeah.
I give it a 9. I asked for horny teenagers wanting to have sex with people. I got horny teenagers wanting to have sex with people. I give it a solid 9.
Solid 9, just a 9. So I am. Let's see here. I'm gonna give this movie 9 nachos. I'm with you. 9.
9 nachos.
9 nachos out of 10.
I'd give it 9, and I'd give it 10 out of 10 nachos. Actually,
You're changing it to 10. You're right
no,
now.
I'm not changing it to 10. I'm giving the rating a 9.
Oh,
I'm
9
throwing
out
10 nachos.
9 out of 10 nachos.
You're giving 9 nachos. I'm giving 10 nachos.
Well,
We're both giving a score of 9, but I have a different score for my nachos. I can have a score
you're
of
giving
9,
the
but
nachos
throw
10.
10
Okay.
nachos.
Okay.
Nachos are different.
Right.
Nachos are always different.
Fair
They're
enough.
nachos.
So we both give it a 9 because, I mean, let's face it, this isn't high class. This isn't going to win any awards at the Oscars.
This is high class, Dad. You
No,
got
it's
white
not.
privilege.
It's white privilege. That's right.
Our dads are powerful.
Our dads are powerful. I am not. Anyways. But this isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. I'll tell you that right now. This is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. This is Beavis and Butthead. If you enjoyed Beavis and Butthead at any time in your life, I think you'll like this movie. I think this is a great movie. You will enjoy it. It's pretty hilarious. It's stupid. I mean, it's really freaking stupid. But if you want a good, funny comedy, this is great. I laughed a lot. And I don't always laugh. Even when I like a comedy, a lot of times I'm not actually laughing out loud. I laughed a lot during this movie. It is so stupid and hilarious. I enjoyed this a lot. I give it a 9. Snow, he gives it a 9. We enjoyed this.
With 10 nachos.
And 10 nachos.
Okay. So here, after all the movie stuff has concluded, we enter into the realm of Cinemantra, where we meditate and think of the most dumbest things we can. And by dumb, of course, it has to be this movie. So here's how Cinemantra works. Both my father and I, or Blaze and I, gotta get into that habit.
You're still my son, so it's fine.
Yeah, it is true. We're going to think up questions for each other, like gimmicky things for, Cinemantra. And by cinema and mantra is a little play on words. And for every, Dad can give multiple answers, and I can also give multiple answers for his question. We will get more Cinemantra every time this happens. There are different things of Cinemantra, but for this one, here's my question to you. What happens when you hit the event horizon of the black hole, but only give me the wrong answers? You get 1 point for each wrong answer. Hit me.
When you go into the black hole?
Yes. Or the butthole. You can, or the butthole.
The dark butthole?
Yes.
Well, you become a god.
You become a god. I give it a 5 out of 10.
Give it a 5 out of 10. I guess I don't understand this. So my question for you was going to be, would you prefer to go to the future or the past 24 years? And what would you do when you went there?
Okay, so 24 years, of course, ago was like 1998, but from now, it would be
44.
2046.
No, 46. You're right. My bad.
2046. By then, maybe people would stop being sexist.
Oh, there probably won't be racist either. Yeah, so everything will be solved in 24 years. Yeah, let's not go down that road. So would you prefer the future or the past?
That's a hard one. I don't know. I mean, if I go into the future, that means I'm going to live a little longer, but I'm also going to skip a lot of things that I I could have missed out on. However, if I go into the past, all the things that I did miss out on, like the introduction to like YouTube and the Xboxes and the Xbox 360s, and being fully capable of comprehending the full weight of the Xbox One. Yes, everything's about the Xbox. Hi, Cat. I'd probably choose the past. No, there's two. No. Do I really want to do this answer based on nostalgia? That's kind of one of the things I hate.
I mean,
Like,
if you go to the past, you might get to see me as a kid.
that feels weird.
That would be weird.
That would be weird.
Just saying.
I'm
It's an option.
just
It's an
imagining
option.
like going to Crestline, finding wherever you go to school at, and then seeing you and like, hello, I am your son, and you're what, 16 at that time? I am I am almost 19 years old. And yeah, you scored and you had a child, and that child is currently older than you. It's like, I think I'd go to the future because there might be a possibility that people will not be sexist.
It might be worse.
It might be worse.
It
But
may be worse.
But we also might be closer to solving the problem.
Yeah, I don't
Although
think that's
although
one
that
that's
might
ever
be in,
going to
like,
be
the-
fully solved.
Yep, people suck. Okay. Okay, so I choose the future. What do you
The
give
future. I'm going to give you a 3 because I think you're too idealistic.
me?
I
All right.
I think your choice of going to the future is hoping for something that's highly unlikely, especially only 24 years in the future.
I guess everything's going to be a lot more expensive. That like right now, any systems that'll come out are probably going to be like rather expensive, but like in the next 10 years or so, it'll probably be cheaper. But then after the next 10 years, it'll be even more expensive than it is today, maybe because it'll be antiques.
You can go to the past and then invest in like Google or something before Google's a thing and become rich.
When does Google come out?
I want to say, hey, let's have a surprise guest on the show. Hey Siri, when did Google come out? She was in the movie.
1 moment. Google
Oh,
was
crap.
founded in 1998.
1998. So you better make sure you get there before that it's established. So it
January
came out
1st, it's fine.
came out exactly 24 years ago.
Holy crap, I could probably fly over to Japan and get One Piece comics as they're being released. Wow.
Could do that.
I could make weird predictions like in the next 2 years, Microsoft will come up with the Xbox in that exact name, or I'll create a paradox where the Xbox doesn't exist because of that. That would suck.
All right. Well, next.
But yeah, there's another reason not to go to the past.
Well, the next show I think we're gonna watch is The Incredible Hulk, because we are gonna start watching all the Marvel movies in order from the first Marvel movie in the cinematic universe. We may do other Marvel movies after we're done, but we're going to stick with the MCU timeline for now. And the Incredible Hulk is technically part of the timeline because Abomination does show up in future movies, and he's from the Incredible Hulk. So I think we're going to start with Incredible Hulk.
Didn't Iron Man not just chronologically?
Incredible Hulk came out before Iron Man.
Huh. All right.
So that is what we're going to do on the next episode of Coming Soon to a Podcast Near You. Thank you for listening, and we will hear from you next time. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hey everyone, I'm Steven from many different podcasts like Drunk Like Me, Pro Wrestling Apologist, The Rage and Blaze Show, and of course, That Got Dark. So, please like and subscribe